passage for animals between its ranges. Reach out to officials to explore ways your community can protect this wildlife.
Or even Gina.
Each of us has a chance to be taking care of and share with out for neutral. Is the perfect something surprising.
Trying to figure out how to anyway. I'll do it this way.
And it's a clue to
I can't do it that way. See there. That worked. Oh dear Lord. I gotta go ahead and end this stream because Johnny Heartbreaker's here. What's up, dude? What'd I do? Okay. Let's just do a backing track. Let's just start it and just fucking go ahead and do this. There's UK Dave. What's that mix sound like? More cowbell. Man, that's a long backing track. It's almost over, but I ended it anyway. That's a lot of delay. Sup, dogs? A little bit too much. So Dave dude. Man, I use this way too much. Steve always gives me shit. The little pedal tone I stole from Journey. I just love a pedal tone, but I can't play them like really fast. There's an Yngwie one. The pedal tone's 3 notes, right? Oh, Daniel. Yeah, I just can't. I like the Skid Row one. I can't do that one either. Oh shit, here we go. Hold on. Hold on. Just hold on. Bam! Damn, dude. And I'm pretty sure those are real. The rocks in the background. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the computer guy that you want touching anything. About 20 minutes. Dude, you've got no. You need to talk to Mitch Heyman. Or Steve may be able to help you. I don't know. Do you have a you got a Rodecaster, right? If you got a Rodecaster, then you need to talk to Ryan or Randy or John DeShane or even Trev. You're watching with an extra phone? Let's move that up a half step. Man, that's faster than that, right? Saxon. So you connect HAL interface, then what? Okay. I've got the Headrush MX5, right? So, obviously, guitar into the Headrush. Oh, you just, okay. Okay. Steve, some Dave dude wants me to help him, get his shit working. He's got one of the thingamajiggers. I'm like, dude, don't come to me for, yeah. So guitar into the Headrush, obviously. I come out of the Headrush stereo, okay? Into, I have a TC Electronic Go XLR. So I come out left and right into a 1/8 inch tip ring sleeve male for the Headrush, right? This microphone goes into the XLR of the Go XLR. Then the USB out of the Go XLR into my computer. That's it. But Ryan had to help me with this. The software in the Go XLR. I was like, dude, what the fuck? So he helped me out with that. He'll take the Rode out of it. I don't. Are you using a multi-effect or are you using software for your guitar tones? We just had, dude, you had such an issue. I have no idea how to help you. If I could help you, I fucking would, but I have no idea how to do it. I'm not a computer guy. when you have issues with that road or anything else, I do not know how to help you. I'm not the guy. Steve may be able to help, or Mitch Heyman. Mitch Heyman's a whiz kid. I actually sent Mitch a link. I don't know if he's up or not. See, I don't even know what Ampbox is. I have no idea. And I hate that I can't help you, but I'm not the computer guy. Definitely not. I'll wind up launching an ICBM or something. I don't know. Okay, what else we got here? We got Night Groove. Did I do that one already? Oh, dude, no worries. What's up, kid? If anybody wants to come on, I pinned the comment. Here, I'll put it here, I think. Yeah, there you go. Hugo. We'll pause that while
Keep going.
While Hugo gets ready.
Yeah, you could have kept going while I got ready too.
Well, I figure it takes you a while. You'll play around and go, oh shit, I got to plug my guitar in.
Yeah, well, I just plugged my guitar in, so I want you to be very impressed with that. Never goes out of tune. Fantastic.
Dude, Dave, I cannot help you, dude. I do not. Look, I've knocked over my computer 3 times now, just getting to go into the kitchen. So,
Okay, so what's the question here?
I don't know. Dave, why don't you come on here?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. Anyway, while we wait, we'll just start this all over again. It's an A minor, brah.
It's in M? Okay.
Whoop.
Get it? Can I get it for you? Here you go. I hope you noticed how much wire I used.
Hello. Get it, Hugo.
Is that a point? Almost like you just tap any note.
Just play it out. It's almost over.
Cool.
Nice job.
Thanks, man.
What else do we have here?
No idea.
Oh, there's two that you don't want to do. Pink Floyd in G minor. The funk track, which I play all the time.
Yeah. Pink Floyd.
I want to stay away from the elevated jam tracks because we always get nailed for that. Creamy blues and minor.
Dum.
I don't know. From Sebastian Donino. Want to give it a shot?
I'm just listening. I'm listening. Reading. I'm reading. So I'm listening in my head to my reading voice. Yeah, no, I've encountered that actually.
Wait,
Yeah.
what are you reading? That?
Yeah. We've all known players that like when you go, oh, how do you do that lick? And they like turn away from it and go, oh, it's like this. And they don't really show you. And
Oh.
they don't want to help, if you know what I mean. And so yeah, it's
Dude, I'll show you anything. I've showed
Yeah.
my ball sack on here before. So
yeah, but that wasn't helpful.
that wasn't helpful.
No.
It was an accident.
Yeah. I'm sure. Don't forget to explain that to ICE when they come for you. Anyway, no. In all seriousness, Dave. Like, I assume his name is Dave, which is why he has that name.
Later, Ken. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by.
See him. Yeah. It's yeah. We'll help you. I mean, if you're using, have we had the question of like, what are you using? Like, are you using a PC? Are you using a Mac?
Are you using software or multi-effect? And
Well, I'm assuming that was why there was a question about VSTs. I think he's doing it through a door.
see, I don't even know what a VST. I assume it's a plug. I don't know.
Yeah, basically.
You're coming to the wrong guy.
Yeah. The V stands for virtual.
Wait, what?
The
Iris? First of all, we love dogs.
goo goo.
We're
dog.
huge dog, but I don't think I did. Because he'll do weird tunings, right? Like,
Actually, Iris is not bad. It's just like drop D or maybe double drop D, but it's not that weird.
yeah, I don't know Iris.
No, I learned it a gajillion years ago. I couldn't play it right this second.
Anyway, VSTs.
Yeah. So I, like I said, I think did somebody post something about roadcasters not liking VSTs or something?
Yeah, I think Zach said
Right.
that. I think.
So yeah, I mean, you may just have to change your setup, but like I say, it's it's one of those things with just figuring out like what works for you. Like we can tell you what we use, and we can help you as much as possible. Get your stuff set up. There are some combinations of gear that don't work, and that's the only way to. So I mean, I tried a Rodecaster. I really wanted to use a Rodecaster because everybody else was using it, and I wanted to be one of the cool kids with a Rodecaster. That's not true. Anyway, so what I found was that the Rodecaster did not work with my Mac at all. It was awful. And part of the reason why it didn't work with my Mac was I have a MacBook Air which has just the two USB ports on it. So I'm using a hub. And basically the Rodecaster, as soon as it doesn't have a direct connection to your computer, it gets buggy and weird. And it was a pain in the ass to set up. And then once we did get it set up, it sounded like garbage. It really did sound like... Yeah, because the whole thing about the Rodecaster is the quality of the mic preamps and all that sort of thing. And it sounded thin and processed and awful. It really did. And funnily enough, it was when Ryan was doing the unboxing of the Boss Gigcaster 5, the smaller brother of the one I've got. As he was describing it, and kind of because he's running a PC, he was kind of like, I don't know about this kind of thing. But what he was describing in a slightly negative way, I was like, hang on a second, I think that'll work with a Mac.
Yeah.
So I ordered one, and it's seamless. I mean, as far as like I said, the Rodecaster is super fussy about whether or not it's seeing a direct USB connection. I actually set my Boss up with 3 USB hubs. So like, it was like the hub on the side of the MacBook, and then 2 separate daisy chained hubs, and then plug the Boss in. Did not change a thing. Like, it saw it first go, no sound degradation. Like, it was like, oh, well, okay. So this is the unit if you've got, you know, one of the modern Macs where they've got limited ports and that sort of thing, but really good processors. So
I'm not much help. Ryan gave me his TC Electronic Go XLR Mini, and the software was like, I was like, oh shit. But once we got it hooked up and going, it's fine. But it is the you know, it's got one XLR, then I've got an 1/8 inch input for the head rush, and that's all. That's it. But it's in a it's on a hub, but once we got it going, it seems to be fine.
Oh, and then there are the weird quirks with the Windows audio, right? Where,
Yeah, that hasn't happened for a while, but
No,
yeah, I
but
actually have the Windows volume mixer open whenever I come live, because
Right.
all of a sudden it'll like cut down to half for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
But it hadn't done that for a while. But yeah, you got to get the Windows audio. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that, like you say, it sort of jumping around is when you're first getting used to stuff and you're trying little tweaks to figure out how stuff works. That's when the Windows volume thing. Yeah, no, you wouldn't.
There was a really, really bad joke on Facebook about that Air India crash. All of a sudden, everybody stopped getting calls about their extended warranty for their cars. Like, oh my god! Oh, you people are so bad.
Well, because, you know, we British are incredibly tasteless and will make up, you know, jokes in poor taste about, you know, natural disasters and what have you, the day they happen. So the very next morning, I opened Facebook, and there was a picture of a Lego Boeing plane, but with all Air India stuff on it. And of course, it was just in pieces on the desk, and the caption was "too soon."
Oh god. Well, for Father's Day, somebody, and I didn't quite get it because it's an older picture of Eric Clapton and his son. Happy Father's Day. It's like, oh my god,
Yeah,
you guys are going straight to hell.
exactly.
Oh god,
Yeah,
that's Johnny's kind of humor.
yeah. I mean, like when the Challenger disaster happened, the very next day, like all the jokes that we had in England were brutal.
Why didn't they take a shower before they went up? They figured they'd just wash up on the beach.
Well, see, now, do you know that Lord Mountbatten was killed with a terrorist bomb on his boat?
I don't know who that is, first of all.
He was kind of like the royal equivalent of, you know, like Montgomery, you know, in the war. Like, he was a
Oh, okay.
serious military as well as part of the royal family. Well, anyway, he got killed by an IRA bomb on his boat. And the joke was, how do we know that he had dandruff? Found his head and shoulders on the beach.
God. Oh,
Yeah. But yeah, like with the Challenger disaster, what does NASA stand for?
I don't know.
Need another 7 astronauts.
Oh.
What was the last communication as it was taken off? Sure, let her drive.
Let her drive. Oh, geez.
Why do they drink Coke at NASA? They couldn't get 7-Up. Are you deleting me?
We're going to go for the creamy blues and fine.
Oh, that's it, huh? The jokes are off. Wow. All right.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna. Wow.
Jimmy, come on here, Jimmy.
definitely pinned it down by its ears, though.
Whoops. Shut up. Shake it back.
Oh, okay. Hey, Arky. That was a beautiful fade out you did. What's this?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. Go for it.
What is it?
So funk backing track in E minor.
E minor.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Then.
Oh, you pointed.
I did.
I thought you just gave. I thought you just gave me the finger.
Nope, it was a number one finger.
Oh, that hurt.
Did it hurt? Why did it hurt?
A big stretchy.
Oh.
God damn, I'm good. Oh, that wasn't good.
Beautiful sight.
Stop shaking your head at me.
I'm grooving. I'm not shaking my head. I'm getting down. I'm getting funky with
Dog paws. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Brand. Your cable is shorting out. That was a car wreck. Nice. Like that one?
You know you used the wrong aisle, though, right?
I went to public school.
If this is your subtle way of letting us know you won the lottery and you actually own your own island now, that's kind of cool. Yeah, nice.
Sorry, I had to turn the wall off. I should have warned you to, Okay, that's enough.
Is that enough?
That's enough.
It's an
So,
hour,
an
hour and 11 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's going to be my go-to when I hit bum notes. How do you spell the other aisle? I didn't get the red squiggly line.
Put an A in front of it.
Oh. I went to public school. It was the 90s. Bite me.
But like I say, if you've secretly won, you know, the Powerball or whatever, and you have an island now, I'm impressed. Good job.
If all of a sudden I'm going live from Bozeman, Montana, you'll know I won the lottery. Because I figure when I win $148 million, I'm going to build me just a ranch house in Bozeman, Montana.
Yep. So,
And,
you can hang out at the Gibson factory.
And all my good buddies get a Harley Benton, but only with a gig bag. I'm not springing for a case, you cheap
come on,
bastards.
That's it. Be reasonable, right? I mean,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there we go. This was just a pop-up, and,
It was a lot of a pop-up, though.
yeah, I'm, sorry.
What?
I did the dishes. I made I'll go ahead and post this, because it didn't, it's not my finest work,
Yes.
but did I delete it already? I deleted it already. I made a bacon and cheese omelet,
Oh,
but I only had my big skillet,
right.
right? So,
So it was a skinny omelet.
I tried to pull it back to where it's like halfway of the skillet, and then when you try to, it just, presentation got a 1.5, but yumminess got like an 8.5. So,
You got those zircon encrusted tweezers there, Dogpa?
no.
I might be moving to Montana soon.
I don't think I ever learned.
That's enough. We were probably doing all right until you did that. All right, Captain Copyright Strike.
Oh, yeah. Woof. Okay. Yeah, I think we're done. Are we done? You got anything exciting for? When's our next show? Friday.
It's interesting you talk about what you have for dinner. I decided to be 12, and when I went for my dinner choice today, I just had been and bought victuals, and they were proper grown up, like nice victuals, and then I spotted a box of craft dinner, and I was like, oh, I have to have that now. So I literally craft dinner, Smokies, cheese and
What are
bacon,
Smokies?
cheese and bacon Smokies, the hot dogs. Got to have those chopped up in the craft dinner, right? Wieners.
You're like, you are 10. What?
Yeah. And then a big squirt of ketchup, and then, but then to make it grown up, I put a heaping tablespoon of hot horseradish into it. That was like, yum. It was good. It was good.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my dinner. It's like craft dinner. Yeah. I saw the box. Like, I need that ridiculous fake cheese taste. Let's do it.
Oh, I had this memories come up. The Hamburger Helper.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dude, I'm jonesing for some Hamburger Helper.
I know, right?
So I made it. I took 2 bites, and then I posted a picture of it in the garbage. It did not taste anything like when I was 10 years old.
No. I think it all depends which one you get. Like, it's
Just the regular Hamburger Helper. I just fucking.
yeah,
But veggies are for liberals.
Yep, totally. Plus, they do feel pain, so it's like. Yeah.
Dude, I had some. You know what cube steaks are?
Cube steaks.
Yeah, they're like.
Are they a steak in the shape of a cube?
Yeah, it's like all the gristle, I guess, and they. Anyway, they're cheap, but if you cook it with a shitload of gravy, I mean, it doesn't.
So it's like
doesn't really.
It's braising steak, but
Yeah.
okay.
Well, also, always cook. Toss in a pot. I don't know if it helps when I do this. A can of green beans, and then a can of corn, right?
Yeah.
So, I do the cutter open. Here, look. I do the cutter open thing for the
can opener.
Yeah, for the green beans and the corn.
Mm-hmm.
And I get the green beans, and I'll pull the lid off the corn. I bought cream corn. Oh, for fuck's sake. So the can of cream corn just went in the garbage. I'm not big on cream corn.
Yep. Yeah,
So
yeah,
anyway. Okay, so Dog Paw, everybody, thanks for were we talking about what were we talking about? A show on Friday is it gonna be our first weird
yeah.
okay. Wait, Johnny. Vanessa, help me. So yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
It's part of it's the major part of the solution is if you can admit you have a problem. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spam, 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 spam. Oh, wonderful spam. Yep.
Okay, next up,